Man, DJ Aware presents. Aware. Be aware.
What's going on? First, I need to address that I am not trying to sell you any type of course, and for legal reasons, I'm not a CPA or anything like that. I'm solely making this video because the stock market has definitely changed my life, and if I could at least help one person out, I'll be completely content with that. Everything I'm gonna say in this video, I'm gonna try to dumb it down as much as I can and make it as simple as possible, because the stock market or the trading market in general is designed to be confusing as possible to either one, get you to buy a course, or two, to discourage you in any type of way. I'm sure you've seen on social media some really confusing terms or even graphs that you're probably scratching your head at. No, I promise to you, it's really not that confusing. When the pandemic started in the United States to now, I was able to make over $100,000. I'm just really convinced this is how the rich get richer. All right, so check this out. Let's say you buy 10 shares of a company for $10 for $100 total, and the value of each share goes up to 20. That's $200. Now let's say you're Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, or just somebody with a lot of money, and you bought 1,000,000 shares of the same company for $10, and that value goes up to $20 a share. You just doubled your money right there. So there are 3 things that I did to get me to where I am today. Number 1 was investing in what I know. Number 2 was following the hype at the right time, which I don't always recommend. It's kind of like a form of gambling. And number 3 was playing ETPs against each other. Now let me explain. Investing in what you know is definitely the most important thing you can do. Example 1, I know that diabetes is a huge problem in the United States, and diabetes runs in my family, so I invested into a company called Tandem Diabetes. Tandem Diabetes makes insulin pumps, and when news came out they were making innovations to their insulin pumps, I knew that the price of each share would go up. Example number 2 is when the country shut down, I knew that oil prices were going to plummet, but I also knew that when the country was going to start reopening again, that oil prices would rise again, so I invested into oil companies right when the price was low. Example number 3 is when the country shut down, I knew that people were not going to attend any physical meetings, so I invested into a company called Zoom, and the share price just kept going up ever since. Now, if OnlyFans ever becomes a public company, you better invest in that, because me and you both know you know what that is. So following the hype is definitely the most risky thing you can do, but it does pay off sometimes. In early June, there's a lot of talk about a Nikola Corporation from a lot of popular YouTubers and bloggers, and I just knew that I had to jump in. I invested into the Nikola Corporation when the price was around $30 of each share, and on June 8th, the price of each share skyrocketed to around $90 in after hours, and I was able to triple my investment. Now, I say this is the most risky because it's becoming kind of a pump and dump scheme, and I can explain what that is in a later video. So an ETP stands for an exchange traded product. What that is in simplest terms is basically a fund that will track different groups such as different companies, commodities, or even currencies. I'm going to use UCO and SCO as an example, as UCO tracks crude oil. What do you notice about these 2 graphs? Right when one goes up in value, the other goes down, and vice versa. You could literally flip one of these graphs and it'll almost match up perfectly. SCO is designed to bet against UCO, and there are a lot of ETPs that correlate like that. I know I'm stating the obvious, but what I'll do with these is I'll buy UCO right when the price is going up, and when the price of UCO is going down, I'll buy into SCO and sell what I have into UCO. This strategy is definitely hard to perfect, but if you get it right, you'll never lose. I'll talk more about ETPs in another video, as I don't want to make this video over an hour long. I also need to address that the more money you put in, the more money you'll obviously make, because I know there are going to be some people in the comments that are like, oh, but DJ, you probably put $99,999 to make over $100,000. No, I started with $12,000 right when the pandemic hit. It's really easy to get started with investing. With apps like Robinhood, you can invest as little as $1 into companies such as Apple and Tesla with fractional shares. Please like and subscribe if you learned anything from this video, or you want me to elaborate on anything that I talked about. I'm gonna make more detailed content in the future, because I understand that this stuff isn't really taught in schools, and I understand that life is unfair, and if this content can help you beat the odds, and I'll be completely happy with that.